Honored to be here. Today is 55 years ago. My grandma Kathy and John Auden, her anniversary, a wedding anniversary of 55 years. So, yeah. 24 years ago, this month, they started what is now a Red Trailer. 2 years ago, going into our third year of expansion with the business, we set it up for people to invest, make passive income. So this past week, we delivered a check of over $5,000 for the month of passive income to our most recent investor. Yesterday, sold another unit. But why should you care about any of this is because of passive income. So if y'all have the shake-ups here, go ahead and stick your thumb over the hole and shake until it gets cold.
Hello, I'm Kathy Auden, and I'm Connor's grandmother. And I was asked to speak at the last minute, so I brought some notes. So thank you for your patience. Connor wanted me to talk to you about how important this business is to me. In 2002, this business literally saved my family from financial ruin. My husband had worked for GM as a chemical engineer. He worked for GM for over 30 years. 4 days before his retirement, the company was sold. He was included in the package. And so he lost his pension and all his benefits. And that was a devastating blow to us financially because we had done everything right. But you cannot count on something like that happening in your life. So we were devastated. So, and no one can plan for that. But in 2000, 2 years earlier, we had bought a food concession trailer on a whim because we both love children. I'm a teacher, as I said, he's a chemical engineer, and we bought it as an extra stream of income. The man was selling snow cones, and we thought that would be really fun to do. But 2 years later, we were bored selling the snow cones. We went to our supplier and said, is there anything else we could sell that might make a lot of money? And he said, sure. He said, you need to make lemon shake-ups. He said, I put my 2 cents through Purdue University selling shake-ups, just shake-ups alone for 4 summers. And of course, John and I are like on high alert there. And so he gave us a formula. We tried it. John and I both said, we don't really like this. So being the chemical engineer, he says, I'm going to make a formula for this. And we're going to call the family in on Easter, and we're going to have 4 cups. We're going to label them, and we'll choose, the family will choose which one they like best. Everybody chose number 4. So we said 4 it is. And we have kept that formula throughout the years. And the nice thing about that formula is that a customer can come to our booth 1 year, and they can come back years later, and we still have the same formula. So we're not changing things up, which a lot of shake-up people do. So anyway, thank you. So Don and I sat down and we said, okay, how are we going to increase our income? We don't want to change our lifestyle. We like to travel. We like to do so many things. So he said, okay, we're going to increase our festivals. And we were both working. I was still working at the time, and I'm going, whoa, I don't know, teaching and selling shake-ups all summer doesn't sound like a lot of fun, but, we'll do what we have to do. So anyway, from May until October, we worked hard and survived not only that financial crisis for our family, but we breezed through the 2 recessions like it was nothing. It didn't even affect us. So during the first 5 years, we paid off 2 concession trailers, paid off 2 college loans to, Clemson University and Notre Dame University, or University of Notre Dame, sorry. And our daughter's wedding, and a remodeling project. And we just paid cash. And we're like, these shake-ups are amazing. So anyway, that business was definitely a life changer for us. John passed away 2 years ago from cancer. But he would be so proud of Connor and Sean today for what they have done with this business. So I passed the torch on to them. One other thing I wanted to say, or two other things. I was able to take early retirement from teaching. I taught for 30 years, but I retired at the age of 60, and I had planned to work until 65. So those 5 years really made a difference in my life. And the greatest rewards John and I had, and these two guys beside me have, from this festival are twofold. The first one was meeting customers and other concessionaires that became lifelong friends. When John was ill with cancer, they came to our house, visited us. They went to his funeral. When our granddaughter died, his sister passed away from cancer 4 years ago. They came to the back of our trailer, our customers, and gave us $100 bills because they are just such good friends with us, and I was totally just overwhelmed by that. So the other thing that I really enjoyed about this business is generously helping those in need. My husband was one of the most generous people I've ever met in my life, and it just was so nice to see him. He grew up in poverty and made something of himself, and he passed that on to other people. The generosity that he had was unbelievable. So this business is definitely part of my heart. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
So I'll make this quick. I'm an outsider. I've been friends with Connor since I was 11, but I came into this business just a couple years ago, and I went to a festival in small town Indiana, and I just witnessed, like she said, what these shake-ups can do. We made $25,000 in 6 days in one trailer, and I was blown away, inspired, and I just thought, how can we scale this? And so we've tried out a few things, but we've settled on one way that is the best way to do it. And so how we do it is we're selling shares in each trailer. So for every trailer we get, we're selling 50,000 shares. And for every share, you get a dividend from the profit each quarter. And so if you want to learn more about that, how that works, you can come talk to us back there. I hope you guys are enjoying the shake-ups, and thank you guys for coming out. Thank you to the birds as well. This is an amazing event. Thank you guys.
Awesome.